Hello, everyone. Welcome to the workshop for ICP Chain Fusion Educate Bitcoin Edition. I'm going to invite our first speaker, Marcell, to the stage now. And then we can get started. Lots of familiar names in the chat. Oh, hello.
Hello. Hi, Emma. This is Marcell. How are you doing?
Hey, nice to see you. Good. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. So we are actually midnight time over here. So I should say good afternoon to you, right?
Well, thank you for joining us that late.
Yeah. It's okay. So anyone else, or should I just get started?
I think you can just get started and share your screen.
Sure.
People are still arriving, but it should be okay.
Okay, sure. I'm sharing. Wait a minute. How can I?
It's the button below on the bottom of the live stream bar. Perfect.
Can you see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Marcell, marketing manager with CLP. And I'm delighted to do this presentation to introduce our CLP project. So hopefully in the next 30 minutes, you will get a glimpse of what our CLP project really is. Before we get started, I just want to thank everyone for your presence and attention. Okay, so what is CLP? CLP is actually a cross-chain liquidity protocol and native stablecoin platform built on the internet computer. So what does it mean? Well, we've designed a system where you can borrow our stablecoin CUSD by using assets like ICP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more as collateral. And here's the best part: there's zero interest loan on there's zero interest on this loan, which makes it much easier and cheaper to keep your crypto assets moving. And also, the CLP operates on a dual token model, which gives you a chance to earn rewards through activities like mining and liquidation, in addition to borrowing. So this setup not only encourages more participation, but also adds value to the entire platform. So at CLP, we are all about giving you secure, low cost, and efficient decentralized financial services. So our vision is very simple: to make sure your crypto works harder for you by boosting its liquidity and utility across the chains and asset types. Sorry. Let's say, so why CLP? So why did we choose to launch CLP in the ICP ecosystem? Well, we actually believe that every blockchain ecosystem needs its own native platform and stablecoin, right? So these stablecoins are key because they offer users a reliable store of value and a stable medium of exchange. At the same time, a native liquidity platform helps to boost the overall liquidity within the ecosystem, so making everything flow more smoothly. So now, when the market is booming, the demand for liquidity and stable coins actually skyrockets. So users want quick and secure ways to convert and utilize their crypto assets to make the most of those opportunities. That's where a strong stablecoin and liquidity platform come into play. They are very essential for meeting this demand and helping the ecosystem grow even faster. So that's why we chose the ICP ecosystem, because of its incredible potential. With its decentralized computing power and efficient smart contract execution, ICP actually provides the perfect foundation for building high-performance financial protocols like CLP. So it's the ideal environment to develop the liquidity and stablecoin infrastructure that we believe every ecosystem really needs. So now let's talk about the positioning of our CLP. If I just choose two words to describe CLP, it would be native and stable. So what do I mean by native? So being native is actually includes 3 points or aspects, okay? So let's divide it into 3 points. So first of all, CLP is actually a fully decentralized, running entirely on chain without any middleman. By harnessing blockchain tech, we actually ensure everything is transparent, secure, and governed in a decentralized way. So the second point is native to mainnet. Our architecture is designed to balance cross-chain compatibility while staying true to our native roots. So instead of depending on assets from other chains, we've actually built directly on the ICP mainnet. This choice boosts efficiency, strengthens security, and keeps our protocol's native integrity intact. The third point is native to crypto assets. So unlike platforms that use fiat or real-world assets as collateral, CLP is all about crypto. We use assets like BTC and ETH, which helps us stay decentralized, flexible, and aligned with the true spirit of the crypto. So now let's talk about stable. Stable can be seen as the being stable to USD and the crypto as well. We are referring to our stable coins USD, which is pegged to the US dollar for now. This gives us a strong stability to in trading and settlement processes. But as the crypto market evolves, we are aiming to eventually stabilize USD using crypto assets, pushing for even greater decentralization and resilience. And these principles are all laid out in more detail on our Medium page. So if you are really interested, so please feel free to check them out if you want to dive deeper. So next, let's take a look at our workflow. So first, users start by depositing some tokens into what we call our vault. These tokens could be things like the CK BTC or CK ETH. So think of it like putting money into a bank, but instead of cash, you are actually using crystal. You are using a crypto. So once you've done that, you can create our stablecoin CUSD. The amount of the CUSD you can mint depends on how much you've put into the vault. And here's the key: CUSD is always designed to be worth $1 US. So it's stable and reliable. So what can we do with our CUSD? Well, you can do a lot of things. Firstly, you can use it across a wide range of projects with the ICP ecosystem, whether it's trading, making any payment, or exploring new and innovative applications. But there's another cool option. You can actually put your USD into something we call a liquidation pool. This pool actually helps us manage risk in the system by providing funds to cover high risk loans if they ever need it. And here's where it gets interesting. Every time you take an action on CLP, whether it's depositing tokens in the vault, creating USD, or contributing to the liquidation pool, you actually earn our platform's token, CLPT. So CLPT is pretty versatile. You can use it within the ICP ecosystem, or you can stake it in our staking pool to earn some interest. So therefore, we've set things up this way for a few reasons: to encourage participation, keep the platform running smoothly, and help grow the whole ICP ecosystem. By rewarding people or for getting involved, we are hoping to bring more folks on board and work together to push the ICP ecosystem forward. So that's the basic idea behind CLP. It's a system where everyone has the chance to contribute and benefit, helping to build something bigger together. So let's take a look at the key features and the differentiation. So now let's dive into what makes CLP truly special. So first, we've made the lending super affordable. When you use CLP, you can actually access funds without having to worry about high costs. We've set up an interest-free lending system, so you don't have to deal with interest rates eating into your funds. This actually gives you way more flexibility in how you manage your money. And next, we've designed everything to flow smoothly. We built our platform with you in mind. No more long waiting times or complicated steps. Whether you want to deposit, borrow, or trade, you can do it whenever you can. Whenever you want. It's all about making your funds work efficiently for you. And also, we've introduced what we call a dual token model or mechanism. It might sound a bit technical, but here's a logic. Not only can you borrow money, but you can also earn extra rewards through mining and helping with liquidations. So finally, we are all about building connections within the ICP ecosystem. We are not just focused on ourselves. We are here to support other projects as well by providing the backbone they need to run smoothly and helping with liquidity. So we are actually creating a win-win situation. This helps the whole ecosystem grow, which means more opportunities and value for you, our users. So all these features make CLP stand out in the world of decentralized finance. We are here to offer you convenience and returns like you've never seen before. That's the CLP difference in a nutshell, making finance work better for you, while also helping to build a stronger ICP community. So let's take a look on the ecological cooperation or the SDK. This is pretty easy. I don't want to spend much time on this. You can take a look. Okay. So software SDK, documentation, guides, testing and review. Okay. Next slide is a token. So this is also pretty simple. Like you can see the points on the slides. Okay, the roadmap within this year and hopefully next year. So let me just share some exciting updates on what we've achieved over the past 6 months. Actually, we've been really busy, and I'm really proud of the milestones we've made. So first, we received the ICP developer grant. This isn't just about the funding; it's a vote of confidence from the ICP community. It tells us that we are on the right path and has given us a huge boost. On the product side, we've actually completed the first phase of the development, but the more exciting news is that we actually launched a public a beta test, and over 20,000 users jumped in and tried it out. Their feedback has been incredibly valuable in helping us shape and improve CLP. So we are also taking security very seriously. We've partnered with some of the top auditing firms in the ICP ecosystem. They are meticulously reviewing our code to ensure the CLP is as secure and reliable as possible. And last, we've been really busy building connections. We are now collaborating with a variety of ICP projects, communities, and influencers. These partnerships are helping us spread the word about CLP and expand our presence in the ecosystem. It's been a hectic 6 months, but seeing CLP come to life and gain attention has been incredibly rewarding. We are so excited about what's next and grateful for all the support we've received so far. And last, so here are our contacts. If you are really interested in, please just stay tuned for any updates, and we'll just do a better job in the days ahead. And also, I want to open our website and show you some details how to stop the screen. Okay, so we can see that. So this is our web, CLP.finance. So if you can open this web, you can see all things here. I just need to show you how to use it. So this is the home, the test net, yeah, this is a test net. And here's, because this is a test net, you need to log in and, gather things from the faucet. So I just want to show you a little bit so you can have a glimpse of what we are doing, okay? Like this. Holy. Try one more time. Okay, so I'm sorry, it takes some time, so it's verifying. But anyway, yeah, you just yes, I save it. Continue. So okay, so we got it. So if you are also a new user, you can just come through the steps I just went through. And here we are at this page. So this is ID you created. And next step, we just click force it, and your wallet address will automatically show here. So we just need to send. And then we can see the send success link is here. The notification is here. So now we can go to the vote. The vote is here. Yeah. So you can see that we have already received one CKBTC or CKETH for test. Let's say you want to deposit like 5. Let's deposit. Then deposit success. So now you can see because there is some slightly, the gas fee. So now we see it's 0.49, almost 0.5. The CKETH we have got. So now, let's say if you want to use it to mint CUSD, just click this button. Let's say let's mint 25%, okay? And then we can mint input. Okay, let's borrow success. We borrow some. That's it. The same thing. If you want to pay back, then you just have to click this button, repay. And then what's the next? The liquidation pool. Okay, liquidation pool. That's like, for example, we can choose 50% balance, mint, withdraw. The same. The staking model is not yet available, so we'll update later. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole process of our CLP.
Thank you. We have 5 more minutes before the other presentations. If there's any quick questions that people have.
Should I just stop this screen or stop the sharing, or just leave it there?
Yes, if you can leave it here so people can see the link as well.
Okay.
Is it testnet.clpfinance? If you could copy the link and paste it in the chat as well. Someone was asking for it.
Oh, okay, sure. Oh. Okay, sure. I'll CLP Dove.
Thank you. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Marcell, for the lovely presentation and the demo.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We're going to move to the other speaker today, John. I'm going to ask him to join the stage in a second.
Hello.
Hello, John. Welcome to the stage.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, go ahead, you can start sharing your screen as well. And if there's anything else, I will be in the background as always.
All right, thank you. Let me see. Okay. So hello, everybody. My name is John, and I handle business operations and marketing for ICLight.house. So ICLight.house is a company that's focused entirely on building out DeFi products on the IC. Now, the main focus of this demonstration is going to be our OAMM pools and our pro orders. But before we get started on those, since this is kind of like a chain fusion event, I figured I should touch on IC router just a little bit, since if you're moving funds from the Bitcoin network, this is a good way to get them on the IC without having to trust a centralized exchange or something like that. So to use IC Router, you would just click this at the top, and you would have to connect a IC wallet, either plug, internet identity, or we have a wallet creation option you can use. And from here, you would just select Bitcoin, or you could use Ethereum, USDC, and a few other Ethereum tokens right now. And on the right here, you would just select the IC network and CKBTC. So from here, we would just hit continue, and you're given a deposit address for your Bitcoin. Now, you could send any amount you want here, but you would have to wait for confirmations before you're able to proceed over here to mint it to your IC wallet. But as we can see, I've already got CKBTC ready for this. So yeah, that process, I mean, it's very quick and painless. The only wait time is going to be confirmations on the Bitcoin network. So you're probably looking at, 30 minutes or something like that. But to get started with the main two features, I want to start with our OAMM pools. So OAMM pools are essentially designed to act as AMM pools. But the difference between these and AMM pools is they tie directly to our live order books here on ICDEX. So this is made possible by using a grid strategy-based order mechanism, which is designed to simulate the effect of traditional AMMs. Now, it's going to place both buy and sell orders, and it tries to keep a tight spread in the order book while adjusting to real-time market conditions when trades occur on these pairings. So the end result is that these pools offer a similar risk profile to what you would expect on a typical AMM, whether that's Uniswap, SushiSwap, or something you guys might be familiar with on the IC like ICP swap. And it also benefits ordinary traders who might not be interested in providing liquidity by helping them get better prices in the order book here. So the main factors we wanted to cover as far as these pools go, since their function is very similar to a AMM pool as far as deposits and withdrawals, it's very straightforward. But the main benefits would be some additional attributes in the profit model. So firstly, you'll be benefiting from grid spread gains on these pools, and that's determined by the pairing's volatility and ICDEX Maker's grid strategy's effectiveness. Now, ICDEX Maker is the canister which is placing grid orders on behalf of the pool. So this component of the profit model would most easily be compared to that of a market-making bot, where a trader is buying and selling at the same time to achieve small percentages of profit. And this has been a commonly employed tactic for a very long time in the crypto market. So it's been proven to be consistently profitable when done correctly. Now, the next factor would be the VIP maker rebate. So VIP makers are something originally introduced through our Planet Card NFTs, and an account granted the status of VIP maker earns 90% of the trading fee a taker pays when their order gets filled. So ICDEX Maker, the canister responsible for placing orders on behalf of the pool, is granted this status. So that means when a user fills the pool's grid orders, 90% of the fee that user is paying is going to pool participants. So that definitely adds up over time. The next aspect would be the withdrawal fee gain. So each pool has a withdrawal fee set in place that liquidity providers have to pay when they're removing liquidity from the pool. And this fee is added back into the pool to benefit those who are still remaining in it. And this fee varies for each pool. It depends on the parameters of the person set when they created it, but it's typically a fraction of a percent. So, for example, this ICL pool, I believe, is 0.1%, and the CKBTC pool is 0.2% or 0.3%. So, this structure essentially ensures that the person withdrawing isn't going to be majorly impacted, but somebody who's in the pool long term is going to see those profits add up over time from people joining and leaving. And finally, the last aspect of the profit model relates to liquidity mining. So ICDEX supports trade and liquidity mining, and these events will sometimes cover all pairings, but there's been cases in recent months where it's been specific to a certain asset, like we had one with Chats, Motoko, and EXE in the past month. So during these events, if you were to provide liquidity, you could net a pretty decent profit just from having your liquidity in the pool. And there's really no guarantee that a certain pairing is going to have an event like this active. But if you keep an eye on our Twitter or our Discord, we post regular updates on stuff like that. So I'm going to move over to our order types, which we support a wide variety of order types, but the 4 original order types are limits, market, fill and kill, and fill or kill. Now, limit and market are the most common order types, and they're probably what most traders are going to use. But these other order types like fill and kill, fill or kill, stop limits, and everything under the pro orders section are geared more towards large scale traders or people that do trading professionally. So each of these order types serves a pretty common purpose as far as trading regularly goes. Anybody who's read up on trading or has been trading a long time is definitely going to be familiar with something like stop limits. And you might have even seen things like grid orders or iceberg orders active in order books on something like Binance or other big exchanges. And we've aimed to make all of these readily accessible to anybody. So users that maybe don't have the skill set to code their own trading bot, or they don't really have the time or energy to waste on getting that set up, we've made it pretty straightforward to set up something like a grid order where you could buy and sell within a set price range, and you can calculate the spread and cap it, and you can keep that active as long as you want and cancel it when you're done. So I'll cover them each one by one just to give you a clearer overview, but we do have a YouTube channel and a Git book that covers all of this stuff more in depth. So I'm going to link that in the chat for everybody. And you guys are able to look back on these if you feel like you need to learn more about a specific feature. So that's our Git book and our YouTube channel here. All right. So stop limits is what I'll start with, since these are extremely useful to most traders, I would say. A stop limit order allows traders to set up a limit order which only gets placed if or when specified price conditions are met. So this order type could help you make profitable trades or sell a crashing asset while you're still in the green without forcing you to monitor the order books too heavily. And given its ease of use, it's been a go-to order type for professional traders for a very long time. So if you've been on trading forums and stuff like that, you've definitely seen people talk about stop loss and stop limits. And these are something that I think even somebody who's not trading obscene amounts of money would benefit from. Next, I'll cover grid orders a bit. These are also an order type I feel like a wider variety of traders would find useful. So grid orders, essentially, when you set up a grid order, you're setting up the price range, which includes both the buying and the selling side of the order book, because it's going to place both. So it's going to aim to place 3 orders on each side of the book within this range. And the idea is that, let's say your lower priced buys will get filled, and it's also going to be trying to sell toward the top, so that that gap in between is your profit on every trade. Now, the spread is something you can adjust to try to prevent losses on this, but you're going to have to calculate all of this carefully and probably monitor that asset at least for a while before you can be confident that it's something you're comfortable just leaving without checking on it every day, you know? But ideally, if you're not going to monitor the order regularly, you'd probably want to just join the liquidity pool, since that's a much more efficient way to do grid orders. Now, iceberg orders are also a pretty commonly employed order type, but these are something that's going to be employed by large-scale traders primarily. So iceberg orders are large-scale single orders that have been divided into smaller limit orders for the purpose of hiding the actual order quantity. So the person in this case doesn't want to scare everyone in the market by showing a massive sell order, or they don't want to make everyone buy an asset by revealing just how much they're trying to buy. So these kind of orders help you to prevent panic or incite like FOMO in the market if you're trying to buy or sell a huge amount of a certain asset. So having this in the UI for convenience, again, is just to prevent people from having to worry about using trading bots, whether it means creating them or buying them. And it keeps everything decentralized. You don't have to trust your funds inside a program. You're doing all of this entirely on-chain within ICLight. Next, we'll cover TWAP and VWAP. So these stand for time-weighted average price and volume-weighted average price. Now, TWAP aims to achieve an average execution price close to the time-weighted average price of a specific period of time. And it does this by breaking the trade up into smaller orders and executing them gradually over the predetermined time period. So as you can see, you can set the time period at the top, you can set limits, you set your slippage tolerance, and you can also adjust the quantity per order and things like that for similar reasons that you would with the iceberg order. You might not want to reveal exactly how much you're trying to buy of a certain asset or sell in some cases. And next, VWAP. This focuses on the volume weighted average price of an asset. So this is an important trading benchmark that's used by many investors to analyze stock or crypto prices. And VWAP determines the average price at which an asset traded during a set time period by taking into account both trading volume and price to calculate the average. And the logic with VWAP is that not all trades impact an asset's price equally. So larger trade volumes influence the price more than smaller ones. And VWAP will, of course, give more weight to periods when heavy volumes were traded to identify meaningful price levels. So as far as these last three order types, I would say that the average trader probably isn't going to need those, but anybody who is trading large volumes of an asset could definitely benefit from these. And grid orders, it's essentially it's a form of creating your own trading bot in a sense without having to do any coding or spend all the hours dialing it in and figuring out what's going on. So I feel like that's a lot more readily useful to most traders. And stop limits, I would say, is the same thing. I mean, anybody that's worried about their position in any kind of way, whether it be selling it on time or buying something before it rises too fast, these can come in handy. So let me just check the chat real quick. I don't believe we have an API for IC router to integrate it, but we do have like IC Light is open source, so we do have a lot of documentation on our GitHub. Let me pull that up. And for the person that wanted an article, I would suggest going to the Git book. We have a detailed breakdown that we try to keep it as like commonly understandable as we can there, because we understand that a lot of these topics are pretty technical and they get deep into trading terminologies. But the YouTube might help as well, since it breaks down a lot of different topics there. All right, so to demonstrate now, I'm going to deposit in the CK-BTC pool, just so you guys get a sense of how painless this process really is. It's just like an AMM, both depositing and withdrawing, and the statistics are really easy to understand. So this NAV stat up here, that's just net asset value. So each share is equivalent to these values. So if you withdrew one share, this is what you would receive in tokens. So that basically helps you keep track of impermanent loss, which is basically the main risk on an AMM pool if you're depositing. That comes from volatility on assets. So if the price of, let's say, Bitcoin was to crash dramatically, but ICP didn't, then you would see the Bitcoin value over here start to rise and ICP decrease, because the USD values have to be equal as far as the net asset value goes. But for a deposit, just like an AMM, you would need to have equal values of each asset. So in this case, I'll deposit, okay, so yeah, it's about 3 ICP, and the equivalent in Bitcoin, it's going to automatically adjust for you regardless of which value you put in. And you just click add. And from here, it will take like maybe a minute or so to fully update, but you should see your shares value update at the top shortly. And you can keep track of things like this over here. And yeah, there we go. And as far as withdrawing, it's same thing really. You just put in your shares value. So if you want to withdraw everything, you would just do that. It lets you know what the fee is going to be, which is pretty negligible. I mean, you're not really going to notice it USD value-wise, I wouldn't say. But yeah, so the pools, we've done our best to make them indistinguishable from an AMM, and you have a lot of added avenues for profit, which is definitely very nice. As far as the pro orders, I don't think I'm going to get into actually placing each of them, just because they're all kind of complex in their own way. But we do have a YouTube video that I'll link in the chat that is a full breakdown of each of the order types, and I believe it even has examples. All right, there we go. And since I still have a good 10 minutes or so left, I guess I should mention that we have been recently building our open chat community up. So we do somewhat regular the prize giveaways there, just to encourage community activity. So if you want to join our open chat, I'll make sure that I put a link in the chat as well. And as far as getting a hold of us, you could do that through our Discord, our open chat, or Twitter. Any of those, we stay pretty active. So this is our open chat. Sorry, I'm using a new MacBook, and the mouse pad situation is not not something I'm used to here. All right, so that should be our open chat community. And our Twitter is just at ICLight.house. You'll find the rest of our community links there, like our Discord. We have platform links, and I believe different documentation links, but I might have shared most of the relevant ones already. As far as our goals for the future, those are mostly going to be focused on IC router. As Diffinity continues to add support for new signature schemes, like I believe they just achieved a milestone which allows for things like Solana and Cardano to be supported as chain key assets. These are things we're looking to integrate into IC router, and we're hoping that this eventually is going to lead to cross-chain pairings on ICDEX, where we already have chain key asset pairings, but we're hoping to continue to innovate on that front. And as time goes on, we're excited to see how this evolves and where we end up taking it. So before we know it, I think within a year or two, we'll probably see the IC as kind of a hub for all networks, just in general. And at that point, I expect that DeFi on the internet computer is going to be extremely fun. So I think we have an exciting future ahead. I'm about done as far as the presentation goes. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, John, for the lovely presentation. And thank you everyone in the chat as well. We will be posting the recording on YouTube, and please join us this Thursday and the next week as well for learning how to use Chain Fusion for DeFi. That will be Thursday's workshop. And see you soon. Thank you, everyone.
yeah, thank you, everybody.